Today we shall discuss about the problem solving skills. Everybody can benefit from having good problem solving skills as we all encounter problems on a daily basis. Some of these problems are obviously more severe or complex than others. It would be wonderful to have the ability to solve all problems efficiently and in a timely fashion without difficulty. Unfortunately, though, there is no one way because we have multiple of solutions for each problem. You will discover as when we discuss about it how the problem solving skills can be developed and how it is going to help us. The interpersonal relationships fail and businesses fail because of poor problem solving. This is often due to either problems not being recognized or being recognized but not being dealt it properly or appropriately. Problem solving skills are highly sought after by the employers, as many companies rely on their employees to identify and solve problems. This is what every company wants. They want the people to be having a critical thinking and a creative thinking in order to solve problems. They don't want anybody to come with problems. So a lot of problem in problem solving involves understanding what the underlying issues of the problems they are. So not the symptoms, and dealing with the customer complaint may be seen as a problem that needs to be solved, and it's almost certainly a good idea to do so. The employee dealing with the complaint should be asking what has caused the customer to complain in the first place. So you have to start right from the source, where the problem started. If the cause of the complaint can be eliminated, then the problem is solved. In order to be effective at problem solving, you are likely to need some other skills also along with it. One is creativity. The problems are usually solved either intuitively or systematically. The intuition is used when no new knowledge is needed. Enough to be able to make a quick decision and also solve the problem, or you see common sense or experience to solve problem. More complex problems or problems that you have not experienced before will likely require a more systematic and logical approach to solve. And for these, you will need to use your creative thinking, because that is very, very important. You have to think it in a different way, which the normally you don't look into. Then comes the researching skills. So defining the solving problems often requires you to do some research. This may be a simple Google search or a more rigorous research project. So you need to have to know like in-depth knowledge and also team working. Many problems are best defined and solved with the input of other people. So team working, we need to have a peer-to-peer brainstorming sessions where everybody will be giving their ideas. When they give ideas, you will get new ideas. So this is very, very essential. Team working may sound like a work thing, but it is just as important at home and wherever you are, in your school or in your workplace, everywhere it is important. And next comes the most important, emotional intelligence. It is worth considering the impact that a problem or its solution has you or other people. Emotional intelligence, the ability to recognize the emotions of yourself. First of all, we need to think about how to recognize our emotions, and then for the others. So this will guide you to get an appropriate solution. And then the risk management. Solving a problem involves a certain amount of risk. Actually, this risk needs to be weighed up against not solving the problem. You may find how to manage the risk. And then decision making. This is very, very important, because problem solving and decision making are closely related skills, and making a decision is a very, very important part of problem solving process. So this is also very, very essential. And when we talk about problem solving, what is a problem actually? A doubtful or a difficult matter requiring a solution is what called as a problem. Something hard to understand or accomplish or to deal with. So this is what we define as a problem. And it is worth also considering our own view of what problem is. We are constantly exposed to opportunities in life, at work, at school, and at home. However, many opportunities are missed or not taken full advantage of. Often we are unsure how to take advantage of an opportunity and create barriers. reasons why we can't take advantages. These barriers can turn a potentially positive solution into a negative one. So that becomes a problem. So are we missing the big problem? It is human nature to notice the focus on all easy to solve problems, but much harder to work on the big problems, which may be causing some of the smaller ones. So it is useful to consider what is problem. Is problem really there? Is the really there, or it is perceived, or problem really an opportunity, or does the problem need solving? So these are all the things we need to understand. So all problems have two features in common, that is goals and barriers. Goals are nothing but the problem. Problems involve setting out to achieve some objective or desired state of affairs and can include avoiding a situation or an event. Goals can be anything that you wish to achieve, or where you want to be. If you are hungry, then your goal is probably to eat something. And if you are the head of the organization, you are the CEO, then your main goal may be maximizing the profits actually. So your main goal may need to split into numerous subdivisions or the sub goals in order to fulfill the ultimate aim of increasing the profits actually. Then barriers, if there are no barriers in the way of achieving the goal, then there would be no problem. So problem solving involves overcoming the barriers or obstacles that prevent immediate achievement of goals. So some of the examples, like a barrier to this may be that you have no food available. So you can take a trip to the supermarket, buy some food, removing the barrier and this solving the problem. So these are all some examples. And our problem solving is something we need to have a problem shared is a problem halved. So that has to be taken into mind. And you need to first of all identify the problem. The problem identification is the first and foremost stage, and this stage involves detecting and recognizing that there is a problem. Identifying the nature of the problem and defining the problem is very, very important. And then structuring the problem. This stage involves a period of observation, careful inspection and fact finding, and developing a clear picture of the problem. And then next one is the looking for possible solutions. So during this stage, you will generate a range of possible courses of action, but with a little attempt to evaluate them at this stage, and then making a decision. So this is also very, very important. This stage involves careful analysis of the different problem courses of action, and then selecting the best solution for the implementation, and then the implementation comes. So this stage involves accepting and carrying out the chosen course of action. So the last stage is about reviewing and the outcomes of the problem solving over a period of time, including the seeking feedback as to the success of the outcomes of the chosen solution. So these are all about problem solving, and we need to work individually in depth on it.